We are leaving sunny and beautiful Cottonwood, Arizona. We were actually at an RV park for 3 weeks, which we don't do very often, but I was doing stage 2 of the electrical install and I got the inverter hooked up.
Woohoo! We have hot outlets.
It's a big step. We still don't have solar yet, but we now have our 810 amp hours of Battleborn lithium batteries, and we have the 3000 VA Victron inverter, and so everything is hot in the RV. We can run anything we want in there. We just we only have a 90 watt Zamp solar panel to recharge. So we're actually leaving the RV park and we're gonna go boondock for an entire week, kind of test everything out a little bit. We still don't have our solar, like I said. We are gonna continue to figure out what exactly we're gonna do with that and then do the install in the next couple weeks.
So phase 3 is coming up, and I have some other organizing projects on my list. We're making our way towards California, and our to-do list is growing. So we have plenty of things to keep us busy. It will be fun to be out in the boonies again.
Tonight we are headed outside of Quartzsite, Arizona. I'm not sure where the place we're going to is even called. It's someplace on Campendium. I think it was called Vicksburg Road or something like that. But it just looked like a good spot. Maybe we'll stay for a day. Maybe we'll stay for a couple days. But we're gonna kind of test out some of our the power, the tank capacities. You know, now we have 40-gallon black tank and a 40-gallon gray tank, and like a 70-gallon freshwater tank.
Exciting. So now we get to start experimenting again and challenging ourselves and gamifying it, how we like to do.
So we're gonna bring you along and show you a little bit of how the new rig does boondocking.
Yeah, can't wait. Let's get out there. Let's go.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open
1 hour later, and we need to go to Walmart.
Walmart's the place to go for us now, having a travel trailer. We know that the parking lot's big. We know that trucks can get here, and it's just a lot less worry. So
we know that we're invited here.
Yeah, and then you got big RV parking. So
we have a little bit of grocery shopping to do, because the fridge is completely empty. So what? I need to run in, get some groceries. Are you gonna come shop with me?
I'm gonna mess around a little bit out here, and
you're gonna tinker in the parking lot?
Yeah, and then I might come out. Looks pretty good in here. Nothing fell over. So we have our RV fridge behind us. It's propane and 110 electric, and obviously we're not running it on propane when we're driving, so we just got the new inverter hooked up, and I thought, well, maybe I can run this fridge. You know, we are big advocates for the DC fridge, the 12 volt compressor style, but we need to get rid of this thing first before we look into getting a new 12 volt. And I thought in the meantime, maybe we could just run it off of our inverter. And going down the road, we're at 95%. That's pretty bad. That's in 1 hour. And of course, when we're driving, the truck's putting 60 watts back into the RV. And the fridge itself draws about 300 watts. And that might not sound like a whole lot, but they're not efficient. That's the big thing. Because when I first heard, I'm like, okay, a DC fridge is 120 watts. This Norcold here is 300 watts. I'm like, that's not too bad. We have a big lithium battery bank. Maybe we can just get that done. But it's not just how much it draws, it's how long it draws. And the compressor style fridge turns on, draws the 120 watts, 12 volt, maybe for 5 minutes or so, and then it shuts off. And it may do that like a few times an hour. From what I've been watching this thing while I was at the RV park and now that we're unplugged, it pretty much runs almost the whole time. And that's a big problem. So I think that answers that question right there, is if I'm gonna run the fridge on electric while we're boondocking. Not right now. Not without solar on the roof. It would just, I mean, it would deplete us. So that answers that. And we're just gonna have to run this thing off of gas while we're boondocking. And my whole goal with this electrical system is to not use very much propane at all, no generator, and just rely off of solar powered and the big lithium battery bank. Did you get it all?
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah, that's how quick it is when you don't have to unpackage everything. You
Yeah.
just put it right in the fridge, like back to normal life again, right?
I don't know about normal life, but you want some of this salami?
Yeah, I'm starving. I got you a cheese stick.
That sounds good with this. Towing update. Still kind of the same as it was before. We were sitting at that RV park for weeks while I was doing the install. So we haven't towed that much. Again, this is, I think, the 4th or 5th time. And it tows really good. I just think it still needs to be fine-tuned, which I haven't spent any time to mess around with that, which I need to do in the next coming couple weeks. So we're still adjusting. This setup, 26-foot trailer, is, I think, still small enough to kind of maneuver around and not feel too cumbersome getting off the highways. But, you know, still, you pull into a parking lot and we're too long for a double space, so we do need to find at least the right way out.
What is it, lunch hour?
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
I'm starving. I brought cheese.
Cheese to the party?
Yeah.
Did you bring any wine?
I have wine.
When I think about Arizona boondocking, this is exactly what I think about. The rolling hills and the saguaro cactus that are just everywhere. And we're 90 miles from our location that we're headed to. And I hope it looks like this.
You're getting good feeling.
Well, we're pretty far away, but this is just what I like. I like this. I love these. I don't know, this just reminds me of like drive down a dirt road and go hang out with the cactus for a week. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah, don't touch them though. Watch your fingers.
Memory card filled up. Battery died in the GoPro. We're having all types of malfunctions, but we're 2.5 miles away and 3 minutes down the road. Looks like this is about 2 miles down Vicksburg Pit Road, and it looks pretty. I'm excited. This is the type of beauty that I love to get at. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels really good out here.
And we're coming in at sunset. I mean, it is just, I don't know. I love it out here. Can't beat it.
Are you in your happy place?
Yeah. Well, as long as there's at least one big saguaro. I mean, it's got to be at least 10 feet tall, preferably like 20.
Are you going to hug a saguaro tonight?
Yeah.
Look at how excited he is. Look at that smile. We made it. We made it back to Quartzsite area.
Quartzsite. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Keep coming back.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions hold you down. What could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on and on.
You made it. Good job driving today.
Thanks. Yeah, it was 3 hours on the Google Maps, and of course it took us like 5 or 6, but oh well.
Another day down the travel tube.
Yeah, let's get set up.
All right.
It's so pretty out here, Chris. So if you've ever been to Quartzsite, this is what it's like. This kind of dark shale rock or whatever it is. And it's very, very desolate. There's not a lot out, but this is much prettier than Quartzsite, and it's not as busy.
Yeah, this is prettier. This is prettier than the last spot we were at in Court.
Yeah, this is nice. So
oh, look there's that cactus you like.
oh,
The
the Octilio.
Yeah.
Octio.
Look at Aaron,
Octilio.
I hand planted Octilios
Octilio.
Nice. Yeah, it's really, the desert has something special about it where it's, you know, that it's hard to explain. Like you just gotta like visit it and you gotta see it and you gotta feel it.
It's true. Yeah, you gotta breathe it in.
It's so cool. So one thing I always look for when I get to sites, unknown sites like this, is trash, garbage, fire pits, fire rings, things like that. What's in them? And it's super clean out here. Mm-hmm. There's like nothing out here.
There's no eating chicken bones thrown in a fire pit?
I do like to like walk around and scout it out. The road we came in on looks like it's used a little bit, you know, like there's some traffic, maybe like weekend type of ORVs but you can see the fire pits and rings out here. There's just no trash. There's no beer cans. There's no cigarette butts so far. And
just fresh air.
Yeah, beautiful. I love it. But I do get a little unsettled always on my first night, so I like to just kind of be aware of my surroundings and what's around us. So let's get set up.
Okay.
So first things I do is chalk the wheels, and we just kind of have these like generic X-style chalks that we got from our friends Mark and Julie. A little present for our new RV. We don't have any wheel chocks, so we're using those. They're all right, but we have big 16-inch tires, so they don't always fit. Like this one fit nice, but the other side didn't fit very well at all. And then I just need to drop my Anderson hitch and then unhitch from the truck, and then we can hit the auto level button and we'll be done. Pop the slide out and that's it.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So first step is to extend the tongue jack. That's why I use these blocks, just so it doesn't have to go all the way down to the floor, because these ORVs are 30 inches off the ground. And you got to loosen the slack in these chains. This one didn't loosen very much, which means I parked at an angle. You want to park as straight as possible. You can see how that back one's a little farther off, and so if you park straight, then they come off a little easier. But because you got to remove this pin, drop the plate, and then remove the ball. A little rubber mallet would be nice. Because the plate's off by just like a little smidge, and then it makes it difficult to get the pin out. See how that finally got loose? Mm-hmm. And then it pops right out. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you just needed a little more.
Yeah, you just gotta keep bringing it up. I just always worry like how high is too high. And then you gotta bring it back down so that you can take the hitch off. So I'm gonna need you to back up like just a hair.
To get it to release?
Yeah, because the way this coupler works, like it really hitches over the top of the ball. So even if you're like off released, it'll still like grab the top of it.
Okay.
It released.
I just mentally did it, Aaron.
And then once you finally unhitch, the easy part comes where you just hit the auto level button once she pulls away. All right, once she's clear, then we hit the auto level. Let it do its thing. Auto level. There goes the front jack. So it doesn't use the jack, tongue jack as a leveling point. It just uses the two in the front and the two in the rear. So that'll raise up all the way. You working?
Uh-huh. Always. I'm so glad we're not pitching a tent right now.
We could get the tent out. And the rears. And then it makes the micro adjustments to level. Front, rear, left, right. And the whole process, I don't know, maybe takes like maybe 3-4 minutes, something like that. Seems like it's pretty quick. And then once the RV's level, then you can put the slide out. And that's it for setup. So a little power check, which I'm not too stoked about. We are only at 95%. And that's because we ran the fridge on electric, and you know, it's just, we only drove another hour and a half after that. And the truck only charges it like, I don't know, 5 amps per hour. So you got to drive a long time to charge your batteries, especially a big battery bank like this, off of your 7-pin on your truck. So not a big deal for us. We're still gonna be okay, but you know, it's just not a great feeling to start your boondocking trip with 95% of power. So once again, need to get that solar rolling, and we still got our little 90-watt panel we can kick out if we want to. But fun little spot here. It's pretty.
Got some pinks popping.
Yeah. So this is like why we boondock over the RV parks. Outside of this window for 3 weeks, our neighbor was that far from us. We had kids running around in the fifth wheel next door. This is on the other side, and they were running in the fifth wheel, and it was so loud that it sounded like...
See that?
Yeah, that's what I was looking. Oh, that's even more fire out there, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can you see it?
It sounded like they were in a roof. It sounded like they were on top of our roof. But instead, I mean, Arizona just knows where it's at. It's just amazing. And they last for a long time. We had a lot of clouds coming in, so I figured it was going to be good.
You knew it was going to be a good one.
Yeah. No bugs. Barely any bugs.
I just picked a bug off of my shoulder.
I mean, you got like rattlesnakes and tarantulas and scorpions and stuff, but...
As long as I'm not getting bit by bugs, I'll take the other bites.
Yeah. Other than that, no mosquitoes, no flies, or very little at least, so... This is why we like to boondock.
I finally broke Aaron down. He was being stubborn. And of course we've shared we want to upgrade our fridge. We want to switch to the Dometic 12 volt. But until then, we're going to use this. I broke Aaron down because I can't wait anymore. I don't want to keep using the cooler in the truck. It's just not the same. And I just filled it up.
Because it's not in here and you have to like go in and out. Like it's usable as a real fridge, but not a fridge and a freezer.
It's purely functional for sure, but in the sense of like creating your home space, you definitely want a fridge in your kitchen.
It's like having an outhouse. Like to go to the bathroom, you got to go outside and go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So I got all loaded up. There's so much space in here. So much space that I was able to just throw the groceries in here at Wal Mart. And now that we're home and we're relaxing, you know, then I still transfer to my containers, and they're awesome. Like, I'm going to just be like a container queen for life. That's just a fact. But plenty of room, lots of space. It felt so good to go stock up on veg. The freezer, we're not used to having a freezer yet, but I do plan on making a big Costco trip and just really filling up with meats and vegetables and stuff. You know, some frivolous stuff.
Yeah, we don't have much in there. That looks actually pretty empty.
When I got home, because Aaron was
We're not used to freezer stuff,
Well,
though.
Aaron was left alone for 10 days, and I came home. This was completely empty. He made a joke saying he had to go to the grocery store and it was horrible. I'm like, I don't know what you shopped for, because there's like literally nothing in here. He got milk and eggs, so it feels really good to be home. I'm like nesting all over again. We just moved in here, and then I went on a trip and I came back, and so I feel like I'm like rediscovering all of these fun things again. It just feels amazing to have some space and to be able to cook. Like, look at all this space with my stuff sprawled all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for like it to turn into a disaster.
Well, I'm just happy that I actually have the space to do it.
It is nice to have space. Space is important.
We did splurge on some new cutting board, a new chopping block, and some nice Wusthof knives. They have not shown their debut yet, but you will be seeing that soon. Just not shopping right now, and plus I need to get some mineral oil for that board before I start chopping on it. So we have some exciting stuff that we're adding to our house, like housewarming presents for ourselves, because we deserve it. And it's been really, really fun to just set it up exactly how we want it and like new. And, you know, we kind of budgeted in some fun purchases, some upgrades, stuff that we haven't been able to have for a long time. And I'm just so happy.
And something I'm trying out is this Wisecam window mount, which I've never used before, but it looks like it's a good idea. It sticks to your window. So I'm going to put it on my front window, which is right next to the door, and maybe kind of have it as like an entrance cam. So we've been using these Wise Wi-Fi cameras for a couple years now and really like them. They're USB cameras, and they're Wi-Fi. So if you have a hotspot in your RV and then you go off and you have your cell phone, as long as they both have connection, you can connect from your cell phone to your camera, and of course it will alert you and send you messages and things like that. So these cameras are like, I don't know, $35. They're so cheap. They just came out with the Wisecam 3, which is indoor and outdoor. So I was thinking about maybe mounting these, I don't know, on the roof or outside or something like that. So I picked up this wire kit too, which is like two 26-foot cables. So maybe we'll wire them on the outside, but I want to check out these window mounts first, since we have a USB port right here next to the door. So that's something that's pretty easy, I think, just to connect to the window. And I don't know, that's my thoughts for security camera for the front door.
I have to share this with you because I love it so much. I have found this brand of screen protectors, and it's super cool because they give you like everything. They give you this little grip mat, but what's really awesome is they give you this little guide. You plug it right into your charging port, and then you can line up your screen protector so that it perfectly goes in the right spot. And then it even gets cooler because it has this hinge in here, and you can do a nice clean install after you line it up and make sure it looks good. You get it on there, This dividing line is key, and this is something that professional vinyl installers do a lot. It was the industry I came from prior to this. So you just pull this up. They give you the squeegee. And then you get that perfect. So you have your starting point, and then your next step is the bottom part. And it honestly doesn't get any easier than that. So people that are looking for a phone cover protector screen, I highly recommend this brand, Fun.
Yeah, and what's amazing about it is like screen protectors have been around for a long time, and they're all the same. They're all like liquid and squeegee and like move it around. Nobody's ever came up with a brilliant idea to have
it's foolproof.
Something stick into your charging port and then have your actual cover just lay right on top of that, so like there's no way to do it wrong.
I really don't like, this is the Galaxy S20. I really don't like the curved edges on it. And Aaron and I are going to switch to iPhones because we recently switched to Apple laptops that we love, so we want everything to harmonize together. But
she's drinking the Apple-aid, the Apple Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I don't know why we just shared that, but she was doing that, and I'm like, she put on one a few months ago, and I was just amazed at how simple that was. And
I was amazed.
That's an entrepreneurial idea that somebody came up with.
It's all, this little tool right here is awesome. And this design is key. You know, like I think just being years of vinyl install, like it really takes a professional approach and it dumbs it down for the common person. And it makes it really easy to do. So then you have great results. Got a couple of air bubbles in there that'll work out with time in the next 24 hours and got a fresh case.
Amazing.
It's so amazing. It's the little things in life that really get me happy. So
good night, y'all.
Good night. On that note, we're gonna have tacos.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see